He's mean mugging. You doing your trading exercises still? He's doing it right now. He's just looking at the market. He's just mad at the market. He's like, "How dare you make me make fake $10,000 today?" It's bullshit. He's mean mugging. You doing your trading exercises still? Love it. All right. It is the 11th. Somebody show me with your arms what the number 11 would look like. Go! I love Maggie. She looks sweet and innocent, but just know that she fits in around here. Definitely fits in around here. All right. We start every day off the same way. That's because I want to hear your wins. What are your wins? What are your celebrations? What are you proud of?
I did not buy a new pool pump.
Oh, dang.
Not a win.
Hey, your pool will now be clean easier.
Yeah. It's another thing I can add to the list of things I've done, I guess.
There you go. Any word back on your buyer? How is if he had to
Well,
have
he had
surgery?
his doctor's appointment, he had his MRA what was yes, Monday. So then hopefully he'll get with his doctor and go over the results today. And then he'll give me a call this afternoon.
Fingers crossed for you. And then you and I
Yeah.
are meeting today at noon, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Next win.
Oh, I had my granddaughter come up and help me get that Facebook stuff taken care of.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is David on the Facebook now?
Partially. It's not all done yet.
Partially. There'll be a flurry of friend requests coming your way soon.
Hey, I
People
wanted to change
waiting for
that
years.
the phone. I changed the phone number on there, but it still pops up as my personal number, and I got a different number. So I'll talk with you about that when I come in at noon today.
Yeah, we'll just have to edit the
I
changes.
thought I edited it, but yeah, we'll see.
One thing I will tell everyone on this call is if you need technical support, I am not the one to call. If you need tactical support,
Oh, then.
a little bit more effective. We're calling Aaron on that one. Sending in the helicopters. If you need Mikey, he's always there. What are your
Sure.
wins, Mikey?
I mean, keeping everything together on our transaction so far. We just got the one unfortunate, the bankruptcy purchase had been canceled by the court. It looked like we had some traction potentially to go straight to the buyer, but nothing's developed with that. So they're flying in from Oregon Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're gonna go look at some more, but um, trying to get them past. They were already settled into that home, so trying to get them past that.
Rough. It's heavy. And you got the first text message like that I've ever seen yesterday. That was an interesting one.
Yes, I sent out a listing to some buyers that we're working with because it fit their criteria and everything like that. And she said, no, my uncle killed himself in that home. So yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't sure how to react to that one.
Um, I wasn't either. Honestly, this is one of the first times Mikey sent me something. I didn't have a canned response, and I'm like, well, I guess that house won't work. The dark side of me wanted to say other things like it didn't work for your uncle either, but that's just me being an insensitive asshole.
I don't know. Price overcomes all buyer objections.
No, not all of them. Well, other win celebration, something you're proud of, guys. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and it's the 11th. It's the day of goal. I love it. Everything lines up today to be the punniest morning you'll ever have. My big win for me is like I said last week, I wanted to have my buyer's guides done and have them printed. So here they are printed. You guys want to see it? Did you read it real fast? It was really good, huh? It's good stuff. So those are done. So now I have for the team, we have both a rock solid buyer's guide and a rock solid seller's guide. So fantastic stuff. And I am out of seller's guides because since then I've given away all of them. Now I need to order more.
Good problem.
Good problem to have. Now, let's go back and talk about the psychology around it. Like, is a seller's guide or a buyer's guide going to give me an edge up on the competition?
Sure.
I would hope so. You're spending the money on it.
No, it's not even the money you spend on it. It's not even how nice it is, David.
Mm.
Time.
Time? Okay. Well, what this is this is a representation of me and my team going through and preparing ourselves for every buyer's consultation.
It's
Because
also a foundation for consistency as well.
Yeah. So in building it, did I not have to look at everything and study everything and see how the guide flows and knowing which each page and conversation is going to be about? Preparedness is one of the most effective tools you'll have in real estate. Now, do we get prepared right before the game? When do we get prepared?
Days before the game.
Days before the game, right? I played football. No surprise there, right? I was the free safety, the smallest kid on the team. Short, small, and fast. If you guys believe that, I've got some beachfront property I'll sell you in Yuma. However, when I played football, we had 6 days of practice before we had a game, which means we were preparing a week before every encounter. And practices were between 2 and 3 hours long. Sometimes we pissed the coach off and they went to 6 hours long because we had to do 2 of them on a Sunday. But we had roughly 20 hours of practice for a 90-minute game. 20 hours of practice, 20 hours of working through the motions, the small movements, the things that mattered, broken down to the simplest form. How we moved this way, how we moved that way, how we kneeled, how we stood, how we ran, how we talked, how we did everything. We practiced. We became so prepared that in the moment, did we have to think about it?
Second
It
nature.
became automatic. We automatically remembered how to do everything we needed to do. We were well-trained dogs, right? The coach would say the magic word, and we would know which formation to make. The whistle would go off, and we'd run towards the ball. Ever heard anyone make the analogy that football was like training dogs because we're just running towards the ball, right? Now you have. But preparedness is the most crucial thing in success. And in real estate, it's no different. We have to prepare ourselves for success. And that means if you've got a listing coming up, you should be putting in the practice. You should be going over the CMA. You should be going over the market statistics. You should be going over the current market, what's on the market, what's for sale, what hasn't sold, what's under contract, how long they've been on the market, what they look like, prepared for it. I don't care how pretty you are, how debonair you can speak, or how smooth you are, Anthony. If you're not prepared to have a good conversation, are you going to land as many deals as you possibly could?
Nope.
No. If you're not prepared for it, the other side can tell. Now, some people have done it so many times and have been in this situation so effortlessly that it seems like they're magic at it. It's like they're like swimming through butter, just gliding through. But it's because they've done it 1,000 times. They've been through the motions 1,000 times. There's a term that I like to hear. It's piss poor planning prepares you for piss poor performance. If you're not going to take the time to do it right, or figure out how to do it right, or to challenge yourself to do it better, when the shit hits the fan, you're going to go down. Tactically speaking, and this is just home defense they talk about in classes sometimes we go to, is that in tragedies, in emergencies, in high stress situations, we revert back to the lowest level of our understanding. On the surface, yeah, you get it. Makes sense fundamentally. But when somebody kicks in the door and your emotions are hiked and you have all the adrenaline in the world, you don't have time to logically think. You emotionally respond. You respond to the highest level of your default settings. So if you were the type of person that can do kung fu at night while you're sleeping, and someone breaks in the house, you're probably going to break out some kung fu. Your lowest level default, which is your default setting, should be your preparedness to everything. If someone walked into your house right now, they knocked on your door and they say, "Hey, I want to sell my house next door. Do you have time right now to go over everything?" How prepared would you be? Anyone get a little anxious about that? Like, oh man, I'm not ready at all.
Yeah.
Right. Oh crap. What do I do? But those situations will happen, and they happen in the form of a phone call. Hey, I got your number from so and so. They said that you helped them buy a house. I'd like to buy a house. Can you talk to me about it? Can you we want to sell our house, or are you available to have a conversation? Preparedness is everything. I thought about it this morning. It was kind of a funny thing. I'm walking out to my truck and I know that I have a listing appointment tonight. And I know that I don't have any more seller's guides here at the office. And I have one more on my desk at home. I have the original. So I'm walking out to my truck and I put my backpack in the truck and I put a lockbox in the truck and I put all the things that I need in the truck. And then I'm like, crap, I forgot to get the books. And as I'm walking back into the house, I thought to myself, I mean, this is a funny conversation because we're going to talk about preparedness in class today. That I wasn't prepared enough to just put the books in my backpack and I walked out the first time. I would have saved myself 150 steps, a couple of minutes of time. But it's the simple things like that, because maybe that 150 steps or that 3 minutes of time is the difference in success or not. So when should we be preparing? Be preparing well before. And what does that look like? Well, every situation is going to need different levels of preparedness. But there should be a base understanding to increase your readiness, to increase your highest default setting. Because you never know what's going to happen. If you get hit with an objection you've never heard before, or a text message that you've never gotten before, and you don't have any preparedness for it, your brain kind of goes, "Oh, what? I know that because I got it yesterday."
Yeah, I had I had nothing for that one.
And Mikey and I have seen thousands of rough situations and weird situations. And that was one that was like, oh wow. Yeah, I could see why that wouldn't work. Okay then. I think my first response is, what the fuck? It's unfortunate that my base default is a vulgar salesman. So
Well, I mean,
however,
and that's just it. You can't be prepared for everything, but you're doing your best to be prepared for the majority of things.
yeah, you can be. Well, you can be 80%.
Yeah.
Hell, you might even be able to get to 90% of every situation to be prepared for, because there are similarities in everything. I don't like this because of that. Okay, that was the condition. I don't like that house because of my uncle, right? I don't like it because of that. It becomes a situation like, I get it. I understand. Maybe that's something we can move past. Maybe we can't. But the preparedness is something we look at. Okay, what if you don't have a buyer or you don't have an active seller's lead? Do you still need to get prepared? I see a lot of head nods, yes. But who's doing it? Who's taking the time to actively practice a seller's consultation? Actively practice the buyer's consultation? Actively practice the conversion questions that you need to move someone from I'm just looking to who do you talk to about getting a loan? There's a magic switch that happens in business, and I've seen it through hundreds of agents, that the moment you become prepared for the situation, it happens. And a lot of agents don't move forward in their business and don't move forward in success because they're not prepared for success. They're actually afraid of success because I don't know what to do if this happens. Dan, I don't know what to do if someone says yes to me asking them if they want to sell their house. That's probably why you're not asking people if they want to sell their house. Because you're terrified of what happens with a yes. Some of us are trained enough no's get us to a yes, and that's fantastic. But even still, deep down, if you've never encountered that situation before and you're like, you know what, I don't know. Uncertainty is one of the biggest delays in any progress. Is I don't know. How am I going to do it? You learn. You ask questions. Right? One of the best things you can do for yourself is build yourself your practice guides. Keller Williams, Canva, the internet have tons of different resources that you can just take and go through and build a buyer guide and a seller guide. Yes, 90% of it's already built for you, but all you're doing is you're reading it as you're changing the name at the bottom of the page, or you're changing a picture, or you're changing a color. You're looking through it. So now you're making it yours, but also as you're going through it, you're going through the process. You're going through the activity of this page, then this page, then this page, then I'm done. How many of you don't even have something like this in your life, generic or otherwise?
What?
Fix it. Fix it. If you don't have a buyer to work a buyer consultation with, go talk to your neighbor. Hey, can I practice on you? How many of you hate your neighbor? Try to talk them into selling their house. There you go. Can I practice on you? Use other agents. Hey, I'm working through a tough situation. Can I run something by you? I'm struggling getting people to this next step. Do you mind if we work on that together? Well, Dan, they're busy. They don't have time. Shut up. You didn't even ask.
What a great door knocking script. Hey, do you have 20 minutes that I could practice my listing presentation with you?
There you go. I'll try it out today, Jim. Let us know how it goes. Thank you for volunteering. But he's not wrong. You guys laughed about it. Go do it.
You talk about a pattern interrupt.
Yeah. Like I prepare myself for things. I have what? 3 hours of listing prep today for my listing appointment this afternoon. Why do I have 3 hours? Because inevitably one of you SOBs are going to need something in the middle of that time and say, hey, Dan. So I've prepped myself. I need about 60 minutes total because I have the rest of it. I've already done some of it. I've ordered my book, right? You've ordered your listing book. You've got your stuff from Title. I make a custom little cover for mine, just so you guys can see it. The front and back. Don't be basic and just do the front. Come on now. This looks boring as hell, right? This looks like so generic. Just, oh, look. Oh, there's nothing on the back because they didn't care. Okay? That's part of my prep, right? I got a listing appointment. My prep is I'm going to do what I can to give myself a couple of days. I know I need at least 2 days from the moment I order one of those books to the moment I get it.
I just thought of a better script for that door knocking.
Good. Put it in the chat.
It's easy. I'm going to sell this house. Do you want to hear the listing presentation now or later?
There you go. I love that too. Just loving that, Jim. Jim's on it today. His brain is ready for scripting. So if you've got something, prepare for it. Take the time. It is not a waste of time to prepare and then the cancel. Oh, that was the big waste of time. No, now you're just X amount of hours deeper into your professional. I went and looked at, I don't know, 20 houses in the last week. And a lot of them were just dog ugly. And I was like, this is a waste of time to look at this house. I know for a fact you're not going to buy it. However, for me, I've got a buyer that needs to check things off the list, not check things on the list. And when she goes, nope, this isn't it. I'm all, thank God there's one less house out there that could possibly be the house that she wants to buy. Because there's no consistency. But what I'm doing is I'm out there, I'm also learning what she's looking for. I'm learning for her style. I'm learning for, ooh, this is attention. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's bad. So I'm taking notes of every house because now I've got a very good mental image of what she's looking for that I couldn't get during the consultation, because what she told me in the consultation is completely different than what we see in the field. We started looking for condos and townhouses in Oro Valley, and now we're looking at bungalows and duplexes in the center of Tucson. A little bit different. From a 4,000 square foot house to a 1,200 square foot duplex. That means 600 square feet on both sides. Tiny. Preparedness is, I'm just taking note of what, while we're out there, what we're looking for, what she says, what she thinks, what her oohs and ahs and uhs are. So that when we look at stuff and she sends me something, I'm like, you know what? Based on what you said about the last house, this one's 2 doors down. Same neighborhood. I don't think you're going to like it. Drive by it first. And then if you like the neighborhood, we'll go stop into it. Drove by this morning. She goes, nope. What did she text me, actually? It was kind of funny.
Interesting enough, following that Mary Drive listing I had sent, they actually sent me another listing on Mary Drive that they would like to see. So
down the street.
just down the street.
Yeah. She says, there's a lot of potential. I drove by it. It seems to be a developing neighborhood. A nice way of saying it's a shit neighborhood. Way better location than the one off Drachman. It also has a casita. Hoarders live next door, but we've experienced that before. I'm like, okay, you know. Love this, right? How long has it been on the market? 98 days. Originally listed at 449. Her next question, what's a realistic lowball? I was all, what's a realistic price you would own it for? Her response, okay, haha. Next question, no, really, what do you think a realistic lowball would be? I was like, how about we go see it before we get into all of that? Right, I'm not going to get an offer together before you've put eyes on it. But like Mike, you said, it might not be that house, but maybe it's 2 doors down. Welcome to a buyer's market where they have options 2 doors down. It's wild, man. But if you're not prepared for it, can you capitalize on it? If you're not prepared for the conversation, can you steer it? Oftentimes we become order takers, where somebody gives us something like, hey, what's the lowest price? And you just throw out a number because your brain responds, it reacts, instead of being like, no. We're going to go look at it first. We're going to stick to the process. Even though you're throwing me Frisbees all over the place and I'm trying to catch them, but I got to keep it. Once I catch one, we're going to keep it in process.
I had a referral connect me with a buyer, and they were kind of annoyed that I wanted to get a buyer's consultation, like a Zoom or even just a phone call. And when I jumped on the phone with this guy, he was like, well, you just had to have a phone call. We've been playing phone tag. And before, like, I feel like before I would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, or like apologize or something. But I've gone like where I've not gone through like my own steps and followed like a process, and it just ends up like whether we're at the showing or they're not happy or I don't ask enough questions and everything like that. So when he told me that, I kind of pushed back. And even now he's like, he still didn't send me the info that I needed. And he's like, well, I'll just call you when I'm ready to see some homes. I'm like, I don't like this. He's not following my process. I don't like it.
There are times where we're going to flex our processes, but don't break them. Don't abandon
Yeah.
them. And here's the thing. If they don't want to work in the guidelines that I want to work because it's for my safety and benefit to you, I don't want to work with you. Dan, I don't have time for that. Just show me the house. No. Well, I'll just call an agent that will. Good. There's a reason you were referred to me. I'm effective. And I'm only effective if my clients listen to me. And I don't think like you're the type of person, based on our conversations, that will take guidance very well. I don't think we're the right. 2 hours later, the wife calls me and apologizes for her husband. I'm so sorry. He's just stressed. Can we get together tomorrow at your office? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your contract, $40,000 off list price, full concessions, full compensation, closing in 30 days.
Nice.
The husband wants to invite me over to drink wine with him.
Are you gonna go?
I don't drink. But I might go over if he invites me, just because I'd like to see this guy drunk so I can just poke fun at him. But that's the thing is, it's in an effort to save you time, serve you better, and maximize your effectiveness. For a buyer, it's like, and make sure we get you the best deal. And for sellers, make sure we help you net as much money as possible. You have to change that last one. So to save you time, to serve you better, and to either help you get the best deal or help you maximize your return. What are 3 things people are always looking for?
Deal.
Money, which is a deal, right? They want to save money. They want to save
Time.
time, and they want it to be
Effort.
Smooth process. Easy.
easy, right? What is the staples? What is that button?
Easy button.
Easy button. Oh, that was easy. So, to save you time, to serve you better, and help you make, right? To help you save money, to help you save time, and to make it easy. We're going to sit down and we're going to go over this. We're going to prepare ourselves for success together. Because I want to know what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, what it's going to do for you, and help you identify some alternatives, right? Some BATNAs, some better alternatives to the agreements, the negotiated agreements. Because maybe they're looking for a certain style of home that's also represented in a different neighborhood. Maybe they're looking just for the neighborhood and they don't care what the house looks like. Or maybe they don't know what they're doing and you are going to be the missing piece that helps them connect the unknown and the unsure to the possibility. And then people will start making movements forward, because if they don't know and they're not sure, are they going to do anything? Everyone nod with me. Not shake your head. Shake what your mama gave you. No, they're not. They're not going to do anything, because if people are unsure, they don't move. If people are uncertain, they don't act. What's a deer in a headlight look like? They freeze up. Shit, what do I do? Let me stand here and get hit. Versus elk, they will run through your vehicle. They don't care. So the more prepared we are, the more we can prepare our clients. So today's overarching theme: prepare, prepare, prepare. Practice, practice, practice. Push yourself to do it even when it doesn't need to get done. Well, I don't have a buyer. I don't care. Practice it. Work on your scripts. Work on your objection handling. Work on your process. Go through your guide. Be able to explain the contract. It's a very, very funny parallel. The moment somebody feels a modicum of preparedness in any endeavor, opportunities seem to arrive. Anyone else felt that in their career?
Nope.
Right. I wasn't prepared to do my first listing until my coach said, "Do you have a lockbox? Do you have a yard sign yet?" I said, "No." They're like, "Why don't you go buy one?" The next week I had a listing. I actually had 3 of them. Because in that, I'm like, why would I have a lockbox in a sign? I don't even know how to go over the listing contract. Well, that became part of the process. So let's get prepared, my friends. Let's stay prepared. Ready for anything. And if you don't know it, reach out and ask someone else. Guaranteed, someone on this call will help you. You just got to ask. Any other thoughts, comments, questions, concerns before we kick you out of here? Did you learn something today?
Yes.
Thank you, Jim, for your scripts. Those were amazing. I'm going to sell this house. Do you want to hear the listing presentation now or later? Or again, SOB. I love it. That's why Jim's our top salesperson in Sacramento.